When you're in a stadium full of 60, 70, 80, 90,000 people, and it goes silent, and it's just you and your little blocks, your little spikes. It's like a pressure cooker. It builds and builds and builds and builds. I speak to people and they say, oh, like, what do you do? And I just run, I just run. I'm now 30. I've been doing this for like over half my life. My dad worked 2 jobs. My mum had a job and looked after us. Anything we needed, we had it. At 14, I ran like a European record. When I was 17, I went to the Olympics. You're not getting treated any differently because you're the 17-year-old. You've ran the time. You'll be treated as the women are treated. You want the best for all your teammates, let alone someone who's your family, like your blood. But he got injured literally 2 or 3 days beforehand, and he wasn't able to compete. Sport is so fleeting. I've had some horrific injuries. The worst one, the surgeon was like, oh yeah, you might never be able to run fast again. Being injured is no fun. It really makes you learn and understand things about yourself. It makes you understand how much you want it. I moved here when I was 18 and I see my coach more than my parents.
Some of the sessions are grueling and it's back to back to back. Big move for her coming down to London.
Oh, I trained hard. Everybody trains hard. You don't get to be an Olympian from not training hard. But I've given up so much. I've missed weddings, I've missed birthdays. I was willing to make that sacrifice.
There's no point in you doing it unless you're extremely in love with it.
I give everything to this. I'm probably one of the few people in my age group category that is left, especially out of the women.
People do not see what goes on behind the scenes. Mentally for an athlete, because you're just trying to get through that day, that session, just to be in shape to stand on that line, to go again.
The drop-off rate for women in sports is not good. And I've seen a lot of people come and go.
I'm just so proud every single time she gets back up, because I've seen her in some dark times. If anybody else was in her shoes, they probably would have hung up their spikes about 10 years ago.
The race is still going to go ahead, so you've got to do everything that you can to ensure that you're on that start line. It's fine margins. When you get to a certain level, it's about on that day, in that moment. And when the gong goes, you have got to do it. You just have to find a way. It's 22.5 seconds. You don't get that back. It just happens. It's gone.